Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the patio garden. It is, of course, someone's garden day. You can hear someone doing yard work and lawn maintenance outside, but that it's someone's day every day, so that's just unavoidable. I thought I would give you a quickie little update of what's happening out here because I'm about to add a bunch of stuff. So I thought I would give you this update, then I'll add a bunch of stuff and then share another video later. I have been unfortunately sick this week, so I intended to do a lot of prep this past weekend, but wasn't able to. So, oh well, here we are. Everything here is still looking pretty good. The lemon tree is still alive. That's the lemon tree update. The lemon tree is still alive. Everything, look at how happy the strawberries look right now. I think these red leaves, and we only had a couple. I think the red leaves were from the cold snap that we had last week because everything else is looking pretty good. So hopefully that's all it was. And they're starting to flower. Look, it's our first little strawberry flower in the big patch. And it looks like there's a few more over here. So this is going to fill in nicely. This is going to be amazing. And it looks like the chamomile's about to bloom too. I had some friends visit from out of town, old college friends I haven't seen probably 5 years. And I put their kids to work. So their kids helped plant some of these flowers. We've got some lemongrass growing here, and we got one of the tomatoes in a pot and planted up this other tomato yellow pear. So I choose my tomato varieties based on two factors. One, what is going to grow well in a container, and also what is going to be kind of interesting to look at. Now, I know most people pick their tomatoes based on what they're going to eat, but at my house, I have a kid that absolutely loves tomatoes, and she will come out here and eat everything off the plant. So I don't worry about that so much. I personally don't really like tomatoes, so it's doubly humorous because I'm never going to eat these things I'm growing, at least not these ones. So it's kind of funny, but so I picked this one. So this is a yellow pear, and they really will look like tiny yellow pears, and they'll be about an inch large. They're small. They're like a cherry tomato or like a smaller tomato, great for a container. Look, they just look really cool because they're kind of different. Like yellow tomato is kind of cool. The other variety I have over here right now is a sun gold cherry tomato. Cherry tomatoes are prolific producers, and they're going to produce some small, maybe, 1 inch or smaller kind of tomatoes. And they're great for like a salad or something. My daughter will come out here and eat them right off the plant. So she'll be really excited. I also have, and this is one of my projects for today, because it's going to be really hot later, I want to make sure I get these guys in a pot so that they can be happy during that heat wave. So I also have Container's Choice, which is obviously a great one for a container. It literally has that in the name. Container's Choice. And I picked one other one. What was it? Oh, the Rapunzel tomato, because the tomatoes cascade. The tomatoes will cascade down like Rapunzel's hair and look really pretty as they're growing. So I kind of picked them both. I kind of picked these because I know they're going to do well in containers. I know someone will probably eat them, but also these are going to be very interesting as they grow. And so that, that's all. If you can pick flowers because they look pretty, you can pick vegetables because they look interesting while they grow. Okay, so we've got over here oregano and basil, and this interesting flower is called cigar plant, and it attracts hummingbirds. So I'm actually going to create a little seating area for my husband. Rick asked me to make him a nice spot to sit outside, and I figured we need to have some flowers there, of course, so that it looks nice. So some of these flowers that we have, the celosia, and this one over here that's got balloon flower and celosia, and this one here that the kids potted up this last week, are going to go in his space so that it's nice and beautiful for him. Oh my gosh, the thyme is flowering. We have to do something about that. Okay, obviously time to stake up some peas because they're growing over like crazy. And then I also have my daughter plant like, I don't know, 9 more seeds in here because We planted a bunch, but they didn't come up, so I asked her to come out and plant some more. So we have a couple different varieties growing in here. I don't know if that's smart, but we'll worry about that later. Here is an update on this strawberry fabric pockets. Now, I like using fabric pots because they drain really easily and they're great for plants. They're really healthy in there and they love it. Unfortunately, I ran into a lot of problems using these that I will detail. Mostly it's a watering issue. And so this is just, look at this, it's just not worked out nicely at all. Now, these more bushy varieties here, these alpine, they seem to be doing just fine. So I may get some more of those to fill out this pocket and see how it goes. But the Ozark are not happy here at all. And I'm probably going to dig those up and plant them with their friends over here because there's Ozark in that patch over there. So I may move them over there, so see if we can save them if they'll be happier. I also bought some bare root strawberry plants that don't seem to be doing anything. So this is not my favorite way to buy plants. And when I opened them up, I actually thought it was some kind of joke. So a bare root plant comes to you basically looking dead and you're supposed to plant it. And I bought these fresh this year from Home Depot. So just don't do that. Go to your local greenhouse, go to your local nursery, get some beautiful plant starts and use those instead, because those will last year after year. You can plant them in a patch like this and they'll continue to come back or put out runners depending on how they propagate, right? But just be smart. Don't do what I did. Look at my beautiful lizard food. It's coming up so nicely. It's looking great. And the spinach is looking good. So a lot of great things happening. Still not sure what in this pot is lettuce. I'm hoping it becomes more apparent. I'm pretty sure it's this, but not that. So I'm hoping it becomes more apparent as those plants get bigger, and then I will weed that whole pot. The bok choy is looking good. We probably need to thin those a little bit. And I have been thinning my plants all wrong. You guys are going to laugh because I've been gardening for more than 2 decades. And you'd think I would know how to do this. But normally when I thin, I just pull out the smaller, weaker plants. You're actually supposed to cut them so that you don't disturb the roots of the other plants. So if anybody's been doing it like me, we've been doing it wrong. And now we know, so we can do better. Really excited that this tomato here is already flowering. So my goal today, get this stuff potted up, get this cleaned up, because we've got a bunch of, junk out here as we're working on things. Get everything watered really well. My marigold experiment actually has worked out really well, but I am uncertain why only half of this container grew. And it's not because of watering, because that's recent water. I don't know why. I just sprinkled a bunch of marigold seeds on there to see what would happen. And this is what happened. So anyway, there will be more marigolds. I'm excited about that. Okay, last thing, then I'm going to get to work because I have a lot to do. Oh, 2 things. One, this wild chamomile over here that planted itself is about to bloom. Do you see this? I am super excited about that. Last thing though, I planted these up a couple weeks ago and finally just put them outside so that they could be growing. And we've got lots of little things are happening in here. So some globe basil, some more celosia, and some other stuff. The labels are on the back. So I'm excited because it means we've got some other little plants going here, and soon I will repot those into a bigger pot and get them going. But they're in a nice sunny spot. They're being well moisturized and it's going to get hot out here today, so they will probably be really happy. Anyway, that's what's happening out here. So even though I'm still getting over a head cold, I have to do some work because I don't want to lose my tomato plants. And look, this guy's already looking kind of raggedy and he needs to be, look at those leaves. He's got to be, we got to plant him up, get him some nutrients and get him going, because everybody else out here is looking pretty good. Okay, this is so exciting. Okay, so last thing, I've said last thing like 4 times. Last thing, this is what it looks like today, which is a Tuesday, May something or other. I'm not sure. What is the date? The 22nd, maybe? Sure, 23rd? 23rd, May 23rd. This is what it looks like today. And honestly, I'm just going to keep planting until I run out of space. That's what I decided. And when I run out of space up here, I will expand into other areas of the yard. Mostly with flowers because the deer are terrible and will eat everything. So this is what it looks like today. Y'all, it's going to look really amazing when this really starts to flourish. I'm excited. And hopefully this weekend, the plan will be to get watermelon, pumpkin, cucumber, bush beans, some zucchini, maybe yellow squash, maybe butternut, and corn all planted up too. So it's going to look amazing. I'm excited. I hope you are too. Drop me a note. Let me know. Are you planting this weekend? What do you have going on? What is happening in your garden? I would love to hear about it. And watch for a video later about maybe later this week about tomatoes. Just a little something about how I plant tomatoes. Okay, have a great day, everybody.